So we'll be heading out now for the CW Bikes Junior SM90s and Mini GP 110s. Here is your grid. It's the owner of TXP 127591 on pole position. I'm not sure that's his actual name. Mason Greasley in second place, Daniel Stevenson in third, Luca Wilkinson in fourth, Joe Mozzie Mostica in fifth place, Joel Grieg in sixth, Ruby Booth in seventh, and George Bartle there in eighth place. 103.9 on the 21 machine. Ninth place, Ralph Croft and Jack Newton rounding out your top 10. Billy Carter in 11th with Ruben Kingham in 12th. Ollie Pearson in 13th place, Charlie Pearson in 14th, and Charlie Ward in 15th. Philip McCabe in 16th place, 111.2 on the number 9 bike. Brooke Champion in 17th, Kyron Nelson in 18th, and Zach Weston, no time set, 19th place on the 24 bike. Again, another junior class that we've got here, so you can see a lot of extra marshals that we've got, thanks to some of the parents out there as well, providing an extra little hand as well. If you are joining us on YouTube, Facebook or anything like that, please do comment on that. We can see it in the commentary box here. We will try and get your comments out on the stream as well, so if you do have any comments for the young riders, we will get them out on the stream for you. You will see it out there and we'll make sure that they see it as well. So please do keep us updated where you are as well, where you're watching. It would be great to see if you're watching in the paddock here at the circuit. Are you at home? Are you on holiday and you were so bored of your holiday that you thought, I want to watch some bike racing, and you've got your phone out and you've got the stream up on there, which would be absolutely fantastic if you were doing that. So please do comment, like, subscribe, of course, British Mini Bikes on the YouTube, Facebook, Alpha Live as well, providing the live stream for yourself as well. So one of the bikes is stalled on the grid. Now that's never a good thing to happen, and that is the 28 that has happened to, that I can see. And it is Mason Greasley as well, so that's not ideal. Now it's the 24 that I can see on pole position spot at the moment. Now I don't have a 24 on my list, so that will be our TXP number.
I'm just trying to figure out who it is, Anthony.
Not a problem, I'll leave that to you. As it looks like we are looking good to go. So we've got a yellow flag up at the back. He swapped that out for his black flag. The revs rise. Oh, there's a hand up at the back as well, but he can't do it. There's movement around. The green flag goes down. There's confusion on the grid, and it's an aborted start this time around. So it is an aborted start as riders moved out of position. Now, are race control going to deem that as jump starts? Because they did move before the race started, but it's a confusing one on that one. It's not too sure what happened. So again, we did see it at the last round at Clandau, where one of the bikes stalled and one of the parents jumped onto the grid in a mad dash and almost got taken out by another bike. So it has to make sure that that doesn't happen on this one. So he's got to clear off the grid before they can start the race. And you can see the frustration in some of these riders here. One of the bikes is not starting. I suspect they're probably going to have to take him off the grid. If the bike's not starting, or if it is started and he's just keeping the revs up, they're going to start the race with him there. So the green flag's going to go. We are going to race this time around. And there we go. Big wheelies over the entire grid as everyone gets away well. Cracking start as well from our first place rider, who, again, we're not quite sure who it is Brooke Champion in the middle of as well. Actually, on the only other class, I would think there on the 46 machine. It's the 24, absolutely already flying away at the moment. There's the number 11, Daniel Stevenson. He is in third position at the moment. He's just behind Mason Greasley. So it's a good start all the way through the grid as the rest of the marshals go to their position, and hopefully they don't stand right in front of that camera so we can see the racing. But here is second place, Mason Greasley on the 28 with Daniel Stevenson just behind. But it's a good start through the front pack.
Yep, I'm afraid I'm not able to ascertain who the 24 is. There's no 24 on the championship standings. There's nothing on the official results from qualifying. And there's nothing on the live timing. So I'm just going to call him Jack Bauer, because he's the man I associate most with the number 24.
Oh, well, there we go. Mr. Bauer leading the way then. As the rest of them go through, there's a sticker there. And again, there's no name on the timing screen there either, so we literally don't know who he is. So, yeah, there we go. Daniel Stevenson, though, in second place, and he has just had that position taken from Mason Greasley to get up into second place. So 76 moving up as well, so that's Luca Wilkinson. He's managed to get past, but not for long. Daniel Stevenson, again, he's the man in second place. Mason Greasley was trying to get that position back. He's not managed to do it, though, so it was defending hard, but couldn't quite do it. So Mason Greasley actually moving down the order now, back down into fourth place now. Lost 2 positions already, so not the best of starts for him. 11 laps to go, though.
Yeah, Daniel Stevenson, your championship leader, moving up into second place there. His closest contender in the standings is Joe Mozzie Mostica, who finds himself down in 7th place at the minute. Joel Grieg is also up there as well in 3rd place, with Ruby Booth in 4th. Those are 5th and 6th in this race currently.
There we go, so points, of course, crucial for these riders for the championship. Of course, they're going to be battling hard for them as they go through. Our race leader has disappeared off, hasn't he? He's some 6 seconds clear already after 2 laps. So, yeah, he's completely cleared out the way. So this is the battle for second place. And it is still Daniel Stevenson leading this pack, but it looks like Luca Wilkinson is gaining on Stevenson as well. So I'm not sure what he's doing different, but he's not the faster rider out there. He is only going a 10th faster per lap, so it's still a fair big gap, but not the biggest that we've ever seen per lap, but it does look like he is closing in on him, so definitely keep an eye on that one as the race goes on. And again, Mason Greasy, they're running slightly wide, almost onto that exit curb, and you can see some of the riders really struggling to keep the bikes within the track limit, so they really have to bring the bike back up to really keep it on the track and not lose any of those positions. So back with the battle for second place. Let's see what the gap is when they next cross the line. Mason Greasy, I believe, losing another position as well there as well. I think that's Joel Grieg who's managed to get in front of him now. It is indeed. So Mason Greasy going down now into 5th place. Joe Mozzie Mosticker is the next rider behind him, and then it's Ruby Booth. So Mason Greasy really not liking the bike at the moment. He is the slowest in this pack as well. His last lap was a 103.03. Everyone around him in the 102s, the low 102s. So he is really struggling with his bike at the moment.
I've had a question come in on YouTube. Can anyone tell me how old these riders are? The age group for these riders is 7 to 10 years old.
There we go. So answer that one quickly. The leader must be Mark Marquez. He's flying. Well, it's a very good question. Could call him that. He is flying ahead at the moment. I think, not being biased, it must be Rossi though. Must be Rossi. He's always at the front.
Of course.
I'm not a Rossi fan at all. There we
Never
go.
thought it. Yeah, Stevenson holds second place at the minute, leads this big pack of riders through the boot, and over the line he comes. He's 10 seconds off the lead. Luca Wilkinson is in 3rd, Joel Grieg in 4th, Mason Greasley holds 5th from Mozzie Mostica and Ruby Booth.
There we go. So as you can see them going through, there's the number 3 again. Absolutely slamming it down the gears. You can see they're really trying to kick it into gear. And again, it's probably only going down 1 gear. These bikes have only, I think, got about 4 gears in them, so you don't want to go down too many, otherwise you're locking up the rear wheel, and that's going to be, well, expensive because you'll burst the engine, and yeah, not good. Not good for your health, I would have thought, going down 1 too many gears into Christmas corner. But there's the train of bikes that you can see there, and there's your race leader. Absolutely flying away on a very quick lap at the moment, the 24. And again, this is only my first year in the championship. I've not seen this bike before, so I couldn't tell you for the life of me who that was.
I don't think we've seen it all year, Anthony.
Yeah.
As I said, it's not on the championship standings, and not any colours that I recognise either.
No. So I've not seen that rider at all on this one. So a new rider, and he's there we go. Yeah, Julian there, 46 forever. There we go. That's a good comment that we'll see out there. Back with the number 3 and the 3, looking down the inside of the 76. It's Grieg on Wilkinson. Couldn't quite do it that time into Christmas corner though. But Grieg is piling on the pressure of Wilkinson now as they go round the next few corners as well. It's 7 laps to go as this grid, I would say, it was closing up really, isn't it? It's all closing up. It is the number 11 of Stevenson, allowing these guys to roll Concertina up and almost fall them to the back of each other. It makes it for great racing, but this is This is a good old little scrap here, and there we go. All the Rossi lovers are coming out now on the stream, so I've got them going now. So there we go. That's it's always a bad argument, isn't it? Rossi versus Marquez. So,
I won't get involved myself.
No, I'll get involved. Rossi all the way. There we go. I'm not biased at all. But of course, these guys still going ahead. Stevenson still leading this pack. 11 seconds down from your race leader at the moment. Luca Wilkinson there still in third position. Joel Grieg as well, just behind him. Not piling on the pressure through Christmas Corner this time around. He's managed to, that gap's opened up slightly. There is the 15 as well, just there. That was Kyron Nelson. I believe he had Charlie Ward for company there as well. So that is some of our back markers. 16th, 17th place at the moment for those two. And these guys are going to be catching up there. And you can see there Charlie with his name Charlie on his leathers, which is always helpful as well when you see that as they go through. And just have a quick look over your shoulder before you go into the apex, because there could be a surprise waiting for you there. But no, they stay in front, and that's Constantine up, and that's Joel Grieg taking 2 positions there. Goes down the inside of Stevenson, and Wilkinson takes all of them through the boot. So that is Grieg with an absolutely fantastic run, and there's a rider down, and that looks like it was Mostica. He went on that inside curb, and we talked about that one earlier on today. You've really got to stay off it. But that, of course, is a massive, massive mistake there for Joe Mozzie Mostica. You could see the bike just went up on the curb, and it just the front folded away from him as he hit the apex, and that is not ideal.
Full credit to Joel Grieg there. Goes up the inside of 2 bikes for position and 2 back markers as well. Excellent riding from him. Luca Wilkinson went round the outside and managed to gain a place as well. Daniel Stevenson losing out there. Our championship leader dropped 2 places in the boot.
Yeah, and you can see him there in the number 11 there. He's absolutely been swamped by everyone. Mason Greasley as well, looking down the inside of Stevenson there as well. So Daniel Stevenson really struggling there now. He seems to have had a moment there, and he's gone all confused in his head, and he's trying to get back into the rhythm now. And there is Brook Champion. Yellow flag still out in the final corner. That will be for Joe Mozzie Mostica, who hit that entry curb, the exit of boot. So he's still there at the moment as some of the riders again going down.
He's pulled off. Actually, he's being seen to by a number of friends. He's just come into the pits himself and left his bike out on track. They're just checking if he's all right.
Yeah.
So Mostica will take no further part in this one as we follow the number 11 Stevenson up the hill, trying to get past Brook Champion now.
Yeah, on the 46 on a different category class bike. Of course, 2 different categories out here, and she is on that one sporting the 46. So there we are. The best number out there, I would say. So 8 laps down, 4 laps to go, and your race leader is clear by some 19 seconds now from Joel Grieg in second. As I say, yeah, fantastic move around the outside of all the riders there into boot to take those positions. So an absolutely cracking run on that one. But still close. Luca Wilkinson is still right behind them as well as we go back. So there is Luca Wilkinson and Joel Grieg as they exit boot. And they're going to be crossing the line now. There's 3 laps to go. And that gap is, well, nothing between them. 0.3 of a second. Let's see what happens on this one. There is the 100 bike.
It's Charlie Pearson.
It is Charlie Pearson, yep. And then back with Joel and Luca. So it's Grieg and Wilkinson. And let's see what we can do this time around. In terms of sheer pace, Grieg is slightly faster, only just though. So it's still, I think, if anything, it was just mistakes on the laps that is causing these gaps to go up and down, fluctuating. So just see what happens on this lap. And of course, we've got Pearson here, one of the back markers, is going to be getting involved, I'd say, very quickly. But I don't think Joel's worried about that, because we just saw well, what did he do? Overtake 5 bikes in one corner. So yeah, I don't think he's slightly concerned about it. Go around the outside of Pearson there, and Wilkinson follows as well. They both managed to get round it as they exit the boot now. 2 laps to go. We are on the penultimate lap, so, and these riders will know that. They will be counting these laps, and they'll be thinking, right, when is going to be the perfect opportunity to do this? And I would say this is going to be the lap to do it. He is close. The gap is still 0.3 of a second. It's not got higher or worse. But again, any slight mistake you want to take advantage of, really, don't you?
Yep, he'll be keeping his eye on the back wheel of Joel Grieg's bike. Both riding excellently. Daniel Stevenson has been dropped by these two. Not only did he lose out through the boot, he's not been able to keep with them once they've got past him, which is a surprise given Stevenson's pace relative to everyone else. Over the last 4 or 5 rounds, really, he's been a winner in the last 4 rounds, I believe, here at British Mini Bikes, and just not on it today.
Yeah, it's a big shame. So our race leader is on his final lap now. So he's going to be going around now. This is the battle for second place that we can see here. Grieg and Wilkinson, that we are still watching very closely. And there's the rest of them going through. And as they cross the line now, very close. Now back with your race leader, who's very far ahead. And that's Mostica. He has rejoined the race in the 27, down in 17th position now, though. And here is your race leader. Try to see a name, if there's a name on the leathers. I can't see one either.
Don't read a sponsor name, Anthony.
No. I can't see an actual human person name on the leathers or the bikes, so big shame. 24 on the machine, 35 on the leathers.
It says Fusion, maybe that's his name.
There we
or
go. But there we go. Crossing the line now is going to take the checkered flag. So an absolutely brilliant race for this young rider. Second place will be coming across the line in the next 20-odd seconds or so. And will it be either Grieg or Wilkinson? There it is. It's still Grieg well ahead. He's opened that gap to nearly 4/10 of a second now he's got as they go around the final corner. Checker flag will go out to these two. There is your second and third, Joel Grieg and Wilkinson. Then it will be Stevenson who will come in 4th position. After, of course, that massive moment with the back markers that Joel Grieg managed to overtake all of the field. So an absolutely flying one for that one. I think rider of that one has to go, I think, to Joel Grieg on that one with just that fantastic move. Stayed at the back there, watched the entire race, and just went for that move there. And is that bike stopped? Or is he...
that's our race winner.
He is our race winner.
I want to say it says Western on the back of his leathers.
It does say Western, doesn't it?
Is it Zach Weston, who we saw in an earlier race?
No, because he was quite tall, wasn't he? I don't think that is Zach Weston, but whatever's happened, at least whatever's happened to that bike has happened now and not during the race.
Probably run out of petrol, he's going so fast.
It could well be that, so there we go. So not ideal, but at least he's won the race, so that's a good one for him. Now, we will be heading over to the Mastertech Ultimate Super Minis next. They are going to be our next group out on circuit.